Was down here praying and ain't got my big ass off the floor yet, so I decided that I'd try to do this video that I was talking about shacking. I mean, people would always come to me and, ask me, Real, are you married, this, that, and the third, and I'd be like, no, that's my queen, though, and they'd be like, well, how you feel about her? Don't you want to get right with God and this, that, and the third? And honestly, I prayed about that a long time ago, and what I found is that shacking is not a biblical principle. I mean, you will never find shacking in the Bible. I mean, you can find adultery in the Bible. You can find fornication in the Bible. And I mean, adultery is sleeping with somebody else when you married or sleeping with a married person. A lot of times fornication is translated into immoral sex. So, I mean, immoral sex is anything that ain't right as far as like sleeping with animals, sleeping with the same gender, sleeping with family members. But premarital sex and things like that, it can mean that at times. I mean, that premarital sex can be immoral. But I do not believe all premarital sex is immoral. I mean, case in point, me. I mean, I feel that premarital sex is immoral if you don't intend on being with the person, if you don't intend on being accountable to that person, if you don't intend on taking care of any responsibility that y'all sex may create, things like that. I mean, but if I'm providing for you, protecting you, guiding you, building with you, all that stuff, I'm fucking. It's just that simple. I mean, the problem nowadays is that niggas fucking without hitting all them prerequisites. And then there's females who having niggas hit all them prerequisites and ain't fucking. You know what I'm saying? So it gotta be a mutual exchange. And you are my queen, you do your part, I do my part. But the game get all twisted when niggas try to get over on people. I mean, everything I do, I try to operate out of love. If it's not love, I need not do it. Or if it don't hit one of the 3 L's, if I'm not doing it out of love, doing it for the Lord, or at least doing it for loot, I need not do it. Now, when I prayed about shacking, God, basically sent me to David. David is one of my favorite characters in the Bible. He's called, a man after God's own heart. He loved God. He loved the word. But David had bitches. Plenty of them. Not only did he have wives, he also had a harem full of hoes, concubines. Bitches that he not married to, but he is providing for, protecting, and taking care of his kids that he have with him. Them the things right there. And then God never said nothing to him about that. When God had to check David, it was about sleeping with another nigga's wife. And he even said then, I gave you the wives of your enemy. I gave you all this shit. And if that wasn't enough, I would have gladly gave you more. Why you had to sleep with this nigga chick? So he never said, hey, why you got that harem? Why you got hoes? No, because David did what he had to do. He took care of all of them. So when it comes to shacking, I mean, and I can understand, as far as premarital sex, that opens up a whole nother can of worms as far as soul ties and illegitimate kids and things like that. But that ain't how I get down. You know what I'm saying? And there's people I know that's been under the same roof for 20 some odd years, and people like, well, if they don't get right before they die, they going to hell. And me personally, I don't think it's a heaven or hell thing. It might be a headache thing. I mean, sometimes having them papers on your side do help. But then again, sometimes having them papers do hurt. I mean, shit, I know. I'm divorced. And Wisconsin is a community property state, meaning that they automatically get half. And then Wisconsin is a no-fault state, which I learned, meaning that you can have footage of a motherfucker stepping out on you, and they still get half. I'm not saying that's what happened, because that ain't what happened, but all of that being said, I mean, my queen, when she want them papers, I'm going to get them papers for her because I love her and she is worth it. But until then, we good. Love y'all.